Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we're going to open up the newest set. We have Ascended Heroes, the first specialty set in the Mega Evolution block. The only release that they have right now is the Tech Sticker Collection. There was also supposed to be the 2-pack blisters, however those were delayed until the 20th. So I'm going to open up a booster box worth, which is an entire display case, because you get 3 packs per blister, and then there's 12 in a display. Don't have a ton of those. There were 2 of them that I was supposed to get that were shorted. It was like 50 pop-ups that just happened on the screen. It was all Adobe Flash Player. Then they went away. I always hit, just don't update for that kind of stuff. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. So hopefully these are easy enough to open up. Typically I like to flip it onto the back side and then pick a corner that's not near the promo so you can kind of save it. These used to be rounded, but now that these plastic pieces are like sharp corners, if you hit that, it's nice and pokey. So I would go with one of the rounder corners on the bottom, and since this one has a promo, this is going to be the corner that I'm going to try to go with. If it doesn't seem to work, then I might go with one of these. But typically if you get in there and you can pop it out, but that one didn't pop very good. So this new set, very scarce just because there's really not any meaty products. I mean, we've got this that's coming out, at the end of January versus, the biggest product that you can get for Ascended Heroes, which will be like a UPC, I imagine. But like the Elite Trainers, that's usually like the meaty product. It's not coming out for another 3 weeks or so. But you do get 3 packs in these 2-pack blisters. So I think for now, the prices on these packs are going to be pretty jacked. Who knows? I could be wrong. Kind of nice. There's only one artwork, like most specialty sets. Well, let's see what we get. Pack number 1. Got some reprints in here. Whoa, what is that? What is that? All right, so we got a Leaf reverse holo, and then is that a Heart reverse holo? Like, what's going on with that? We might have to keep up with some of those. See what's going on. Now I've seen like 2 packs open. Legend of Luke cards was showing okay, so there's a Leaf again, and this time I don't know. I don't know what's in the background here for these reverse holos. Maybe it's a particular per type. I don't know. We'll just have to see as we open up some more packs. It looked like he got a God pack, like a true God pack, that's exciting. We've only had that with 151. No. Prismatic. 151 had the Demigod pack on the English side. There's Metatite. Okay, so there's another one like that. And then we have Mega Meganium. Or, as I used to say, Meganium. This attack does 50 more damage for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon. So that's pretty stout. So if you have 3 grass on it, I mean, that's doing 220. Alright, so we are 1 in. Here's the other 2-pack blister. We have the Charmander. So Ghastly and Charmander, not too bad of promos, although they're not standalone promos. You can see these are just Cosmos foil variations of, the ones that come in Ascended Heroes. Oh man, that top corner, it just peeled like butter, so I might be doing that. 1 pack, 2 pack, and then 3 packs, and then just set these off to the side. Maybe after I open this one, I'll talk for a minute while I just go ahead and pull all the packs out for the video. Okay, so there's I guess because it's a trainer, it's just non-holographic. Okay. Somebody explain to me what I'm missing with these reverse holos. Tapu Koko, Numel, and Drakloak. They've all got the X in the background for the reverse holo. Seems to be something going on there. I'm just not putting 2 and 2 together. Okay, so there's like a Pokeball with nothing. All right, so we got 3 different types right there. Hopefully these aren't all variations that you can get on every single card, because then that would be kind of crazy. There's Entei with fire. There's another one of those little heart ones. Man, so far 1 hit out of 6 packs. Hopefully that's not an indication of how these packs are going to go, but it could be. It definitely could be. All right, so I'm going to see if I can pop some of these out while I talk to you guys for a minute. So when it comes to Ascended Heroes, specialty sets, they've always They always seem to do pretty well with Pokemon. You know, we've had some that kind of felt like duds, like Shrouded Fable. And you got others that are like historic. You know, 151. Prismatic to me, even though right now the prices on it are, they're well they've come up a little bit, but they were pretty low. I mean, you can get packs for $7, where you could just find it in retail. Maybe you could get it for less than that. To me, that was a cool set because I mean, it had really attractive, I guess you could say, chase cards, hits, and then you had the God Pack, the True God Pack, where you could hit all of them. Then you also had the Demigod Pack, where you could hit 3 of them. My daughter hit one of those, where she got one of the masks, the Sylveon, and the Eevee. Special illustration rares. So there's 3 special illustration rares in one pack, and we did grade those. They should be coming back. The Sylveon and the Eevee, she decided to grade. Got all these promos over here. Gotta figure out if I want to grade any of these. Ghastly's a cool promo, but it's not like, he's not Gengar, you know what I mean? Same thing with Charmander. He's not Charizard, but still a good promo. And couple that, with this Ascended Heroes release, where you're not starting off with a meaty product. This reminds me of Generations. If you guys remember when Generations come out, the only product you could get right at the beginning was Mythical Mew. That was it. So if you did not put in a big pre-order for the specialty set for Generations for Mythical Mew, then you were kind of out of luck. And luckily, I went super hard. I went twice as much as I typically do on a regular set, but people didn't do that at that time. It was just a pin collection. You weren't going to make money on it sealed. It's hard to make money as it is on anything sealed, or was at that time. But I was breaking them down. I knew that the promo was kind of nice, but the packs themselves, they were still pretty cheap. I got them for a good price. But then after that, people wanted, the cat was out of the bag, so people wanted to have the specialty set, and so they started putting in massive orders for the next thing, and the red blue collections that were coming out. But it was kind of too late. So if you had already put in those big orders, then you got priority. So I was able to get a ton of Generations. Now that's not the case with this set. Cat's been out of the bag for Pokemon in general, especially specialty sets. And right now, when everything's kind of hot, people have just put in massive orders. I didn't get a whole lot of this. I got the equivalent of, I guess, 2 cases of packs. And but I will get more. I've got more coming once the Elite Trainers get here. I did get shorted a few, like I said, of the display cases for these 3-pack blisters, but I'm hoping that they find them. They just weren't shipped. All right, so I've got all those opened up. Hopefully you guys could hear me through all of the talking, or hopefully you could hear my talking through all of the opening in the background. I did see where somebody had said that anytime, that's a pretty nice artwork for Victory Bell. That anytime I hit the table is pretty loud, so I'm gonna try not to do that while I'm opening up these packs. If I forget, I apologize. Ooh, okay, so we have our first illustration rare. We have Dracloak. We'll put that up there with the hits. We'll go over those at the end. There's a regular reverse holo. Oh, and there's also reverse holo energies. That's our first one of those. Not as cool as the Cosmos, but nonetheless, there they are. I wonder if you can get any of these other things with the energies as well. There's the Chikorita. Okay, we have another one. We've got Noivern. I'm waiting to see if we get a double of one of these, to where if we get a Noivern and it has this reverse holo type, man, that's gonna be rough for master setters. I used to be a master setter, but I am not anymore, so it doesn't bother me that much. Wow, look at that. That's a nice looking art rare. Galarian Obstagoon. Okay, there's Reboot. Ooh, and we have a Zangoose EX, so you can get 2 hits in one pack, plus the reverse holo energy. So that was kind of nice. And I'll go over all the hits at the end. If you guys don't want to watch all the video, you just want to see what hits I pull out of the 36 packs, you can just zoom to the end. Oh, and there's another one. We've got the Vullaby. So far, nothing is doubled up though. Alright, Zigzagoon, Banette. Okay, there's that. Ooh, look at that Numel. That's pretty nice. Got an illustration rare. Got a regular holo. Is there? So I guess it's possible to get no reverse holo if you get an illustration rare. and then you get a holographic rare. And there's Storefront. Oh, this one looks kind of nice. What we got? Ethan's Mad Cargo. Is that another one? No, that's one right here. And then we have a Cinderace. So there's our, is that our first regular EX? No, the Meganium was a EX. That one just had like the terrestrial, the Terra colors around the edge. There's a Pikachu. So like, why couldn't they give us this Pikachu in, I guess I'm kind of giving away. At the very end of the video, I'm going to show you guys another product that's kind of new. And I wish they had used a different Pikachu for it. Wow, that Rayquaza looks kind of nice. I like it when the hollows still have a little bit of substance to them. Usually I'll grade a few hollows from a set if they look nice, just see what happens. A water type Sneasel, there's a Glastrier, and then what is this? Glass Trumpet full art. So there's our first full art. You guys think we're going to get a special illustration rare? We're almost halfway through. Go ahead, call it now. And then if you get it right, let me know if you got it right. But you'll have to, I guess you'll have to wait till the end of the video for that. Dynamo, ooh. Team Rocket's Mimikyu. That's a nice looking illustration rare. And then we have another Cinderace. And then there's another reverse hollow energy. Try not to bump this Yeti, but it's not working too well with all these piles. Typically I wouldn't have this many piles. I'm trying to sort all this stuff out. Another Entei. You know, Entei's been getting a lot of love. If you have at least 4 fire energies in play, this attack does 90 more damage. So I would guess, I mean, if you have 2 more fire energies attached somewhere else, they could be the Entei, but they could be the other Pokemon as well. It's not too bad. Charmeleon, okay. Got the Chikorita, and look at that, Mega Emboar. Emboar? 380 HP. Not quite the 400 yet. Does a 320 attack. Alright, now we're going to work on this other stack here. Should be just over halfway. There's another heart. And then we have a Stunfisk EX. Alright, the hits are definitely ramping up. I know the first 2 blisters we had 1 hit combined between them. It kind of sucked if you bought a blister and didn't get a hit, but as you can see, it can happen. There's the Croconaw. Then we have a Spidops. Wurmple. Thick Scale. We got a Phantump. Then Riolu. Where'd we go? There's that one. It's kind of crazy how we started out with a bunch of these, and then it's like we switched over. There's Larry Staraptor. Maybe I spoke too soon on the hits. Nice looking Psyduck. We have seen that one in a 3-pack blister already. There's the Golduck to match it. There's Numel, Snorunt, and then Kilowattrail. This one feels a little thicker. What do you think? Totodile, Boss's Orders. Ooh, Salazzle. Another illustration rare. Then Reboot and Trevenant. Man, you know, so I'm going to be in Vancouver for Collectopia. I was looking up the weather because it's like, it was 6 degrees here this morning in North Carolina. I'm thinking, oh man, you know, in Canada, it's probably going to be like crazy cold. I looked at the weather in Vancouver. Their like lows are like low 40, and then their highs are like high 50s. They only have like a 10-degree swing. Like we started out at 6, but we're going to be like at 42 today. And so like I'm used to like a 30-degree swing or so from morning to the day. And you know, I was expecting it to be colder too, but it said it was going to be wet, which is kind of annoying because it's like it's going to be wet, but it's just going to be cold. Like you're not even going to get to see the snow. So maybe that's a good thing for flights. You know, make sure there's no delays coming in. But it was not what I was expecting. I was definitely expecting colder weather for Vancouver, Canada, than here in North Carolina. There's the Dreepy. Ooh, that's a nice looking Budew. We haven't had any special illustration rares yet, but we've had several of the just regular illustration rares. I mean, the artworks, they haven't been bad. They've been pretty decent. Oh, yeah, there's the Ghastly. Cramorant. Have you guys seen any duplicates yet in these reverse hollows? I don't think I have. I haven't been looking at them that hard though, so I could have missed it. Dracloak, Hitmontop, and then well, now we've seen that before. There's our third Cinderace EX. So maybe the packs can be stacked to where you get lots of duplicates. That'd be cool if you got like 3 God packs in a row. That would be insane. All right, just a few packs to go. Ooh, Mega Dragonite EX. Heard a lot of people talking crap about the wings on the head thing. Why they got to give them electric and water type like energy requirements? And then you got to discard 2 energy. Come on now. Night Stretcher. I don't know why I put that in. That was definitely the wrong pile for some of that other stuff. There's Lily's Clefairy EX. 4 packs to go. Been fun driving out on the ice. Me and my kids yesterday, everything was frozen pretty solid. So we got Anna's dad's 4-wheeler running. Anna's 4-wheeler runs just fine. But his, I wasn't expecting to get running, but it started running because it's got a crank start in addition to like the starter, which the starter was just too cold. And so we tied both of the sleds to the back of the 4-wheeler, and man, it was just doing like donuts in the front yard. Took them up a few hills. Okay, there's another type of reverse holo. We have our first Team Rockets. And man, the kids were just having a blast. We were going all over the place. It's like a cheat code because you don't have to get tired and warm to go back up the hill. You just get in the sled and then you're being pulled all over the place. But the ice, and there we have another one. The ice made it so easy. Like I was pulling them through the woods, all kinds of stuff. All right, last pack. All right, so this is the last chance for a special illustration rare. Vikavolt and Dunsparce. We do hit a Zangoose EX. All right, so let's go over the hits. Do have all kinds of, it looks like, reverse holos that are possible. There's some with, just the type itself. And then I don't know what these other ones are. It's probably something to do with the show. But all right, out of 36 packs, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hits, and it looked like 6 were illustration rares. So that's about 1 in 2. So that's a good ratio to have for a specialty set, kind of what we would typically expect. I don't know if that's what it's going to be for everyone's packs. It just happened to be what it was for my 36 packs. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.